Yeah. And then purple.
Okay, you're good. So we can have a meeting because there's no action items, so we can have it without a quorum.
We can talk about things. Just can't vote.
Right, we can't vote on anything.
Yeah, but there's nothing on here that requires a vote. Fair. We can start.
So, all right. So a dog park meeting, Wednesday, April 10th, 3:30 to 4:30. We do not have a quorum, so we're just gonna be discussing things at this point until some other members arrive.
Sorry, I'm just adjusting some things.
You're fine.
You guys.
So as far as the approval of the meeting minutes, we can't approve those without a vote, correct? All right, so we'll just move on to number 2. Says alternative dog park misters discussion. I'm unaware of this issue or what it is. I just saw it on
Hey.
when you emailed it, but I didn't know what it meant.
Brian, hey, Brian, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. You guys sound great. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You could be.
Look at here, I'm gonna make you louder there, Brian.
Go.
Okay.
Brian, say it again.
Yeah, you guys sound great. Can you guys hear me?
Okay. I think it might be on there too.
All I know is you left that on 100, so whoever comes in here next.
I know. When we leave, I'm gonna turn it down, please. All right, sorry, Brian, we're talking about the misters now.
Right. Yeah, so basically when it comes to the misters, the ones that we currently have installed there at the park, they've seemed to be very problematic. So we were trying to see if there was a different option that you guys were willing to look at to possibly replace those misters with something else. It, obviously still a water feature for the dogs to be able to be refreshed. However, something different than those fire hydrants, because like I said, they've been quite a bit problematic. And then we're looking at almost just to redo the guts of the hydrants each time. We're almost paying as much as it costs to get a new one. So
Which is how much?
roughly we're looking at about 3,200.
I mean, if this is a maintenance issue, the committee doesn't really need to do anything on this, right? This just happens.
Correct. It's something that just happens either because maybe the button might be slammed down too hard, or maybe the water pressure is just building up and sometimes tearing the insides apart.
No, but I'm saying that if they're not working properly and they need to be replaced, doesn't that just happen as part of planned maintenance from Grand Manners? Like, what do you want the committee to do?
I want the committee to take a look at this as would they rather have those replaced with another option, like whether it be a waterfall tunnel or something that may not seem as problematic or as easy to vandalize.
I would not have an answer for that in this moment because I don't know what we would replace it with. This is just kind of the first that I'm hearing about this, and obviously that's a lot of money to redo it every time it's breaking for whatever reason.
How often does it
Right.
break?
Yeah, how often does it break?
Yeah, it seems to break probably about twice a year. And then when we're going to fix it, just baseline initial cost of the inside of the gut, you're looking at about $2,000 just to get those insides redone, and then the cost could go up depending if there's any exterior damage to the actual hydrant as well.
Can you provide options of things that you think would be more cost effective?
Absolutely. I could dig that up.
My concern for it is that, you know, yeah, there's a cost to maintenance and replacement on it, but
Did you run here?
if we replace it with something else, I guess there's no guarantee that that thing is not then going to require maintenance as well, yeah? I mean, this is just like gonna be a heavily used item regardless.
Understood. And that's why I wanted to have this discussion though.
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to look at alternatives and something that we could put there if you want to do the same. And then maybe we'll come up with the same item that looks good. And if not, then, you know, if there's nothing that's more suitable, then we'll just maintenance this thing and keep it, I guess.
Absolutely, not a problem.
While we have you here, can we do the dog park update? We'll skip to number 4. And then we can go to items that need to be voted on. Which I think is only 1, but yeah, any updates other than that?
No, the updates are, I'm working on trying to get a proposal for some sod replacement there. There seems to be a lot of patches on both parks that
Okay.
look like, they look more like mud pits when the rain comes through. So I'm trying to get that fixed up ASAP.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room that's getting bigger with each meeting. Do we have a proposal for the rocks?
We do. We do.
We do.
I said,
And what, and what is it?
it? Give me a second. I sent that over to Danny, but let me open it up here.
Elephant's out. Elephant's been growing since a little over a year ago.
The price tag on that is for $6,675.
Sorry, say it again.
675.
Yep, $6,675.
Okay. Danny, can you see that that gets added to the board meetings agenda in 2 weeks?
That material. and-
Brian, what are we getting for that money?
Yeah, what's the square yardage we're getting?
You're getting the, give me a second. I want to say that's second, let me look this up. It's the 3/8 Seminole chip with, which is the exact product that's in the small dog park. And it would be in the seating area. Pretty much, I don't know if you guys will want me to go out there and mark that out for you, but I think you guys, the ones that are very familiar with the big dog park, you might be aware that there's actually trees that outline that perimeter where you guys actually have the seats set up. So it's
Yeah.
basically the perimeter within that those tree sections. There's almost a perfect circle drawn out by the trees in that seating area.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I would definitely like to take you and at least a couple people from the committee or the board just to like 100% confirm where it's going. So there's no mistakes.
Absolutely. We'll do that. And I'll actually get Brian out there as well. If you guys want to fix a date on that, and we'll make that happen. Not a problem.
When are these, when is this supposed to be done?
That would be
Yeah.
depending on approval.
What's your target date? I mean, so let's say it goes to the board, let's assume that it gets approved. What's your target date?
Well, I would say we would try and make this a priority. If this were to
Who's the
be
quote
approved,
from?
was that?
Who's the quote from?
I'm not understanding.
Brian, what's the, who sent the proposal? I never received the email. Well, who's it from?
Exquisite.
The company. Exquisite.
Exquisite.
But they're not gonna give us a target date until.
But it'll be, if it's exquisite, it'll be fast.
Okay,
We can prioritize it. to be
so
fast.
I mean, this won't even be voted on for 2 weeks, correct?
Yeah, 100% we could prioritize this, and
That's fine,
this,
but then.
this being a
turnaround time
long talked about
month
item will
after
definitely
that.
prioritize.
Less, okay, so,
Because we can tell them now, okay, we're gonna be going ahead with this.
okay,
You want to bring it up tonight's workshop?
No, it's not on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean, that's fine, another 2, it's been a year, what's another 2 weeks?
No,
A year.
It's been more than a year, but
So,
it's moving in the right
what's another 2
direction.
weeks?
In 2 weeks, we can approve it, and then I'm guessing.
And then 2 weeks after that, they can do it.
If you see the actual estimate, Danny, I sent it to you, give me a second.
Yeah, can you send it to me one more time? Because I don't see it.
I'm gonna resend this then. Also, that does include about, 1 pallet of sod, for any damage that they do get into that area from the back gate, the access gate, over into the Pebble area.
Yeah, good.
Is it enough? Are we sure it's enough rocks? That's the only thing here that we have to make sure, because if it's not enough, then.
Yeah, did they give you like a square yardage of exact, like, when you're buying mulch, you buy a certain amount of yards?
Yeah.
Did they give you a number?
He's got 13 on here, 13 yards.
Okay.
Yep, then we
Well, it'd
have,
be 13 square yards.
Such room.
we have,
It depends on how thick they're laying them.
where. If you need it.
we have,
I
500
mean, what's
square-
13 yards gonna do? It doesn't seem like an awful lot.
That's like 40 by 40.
Well, it also depends on who, I know we discussed removing rock, but if rocks in general from kind of the entranceway, because there's quite a few rocks there. I mean, a lot of that could be grass. We talked about having like a grassy circular area around where the little rocks would be, where the seating area is, so the dogs can actually, run around through the grass and not just the rocks.
That's 117 square feet. 13 square yards.
It's not a whole lot.
That can be.
That's what the math says.
13 yards and 39 feet, so 39 times 39.
But Brian, you said we're putting
It's so bad.
those new rocks where in the seating area, right? That is it, right? Just in that spot?
That
So
is
it's just
correct.
That's all the seating area. So, okay, seating area.
Yeah, Ryan, don't forget, this is for the dogs, not for us. The seating area is where
Correct.
we sit. The dogs come in from the gate. So we need it from the gate in. Now, I told you, we don't need the perimeters. That's fine.
I mean, that's not. for
Yeah.
sure, it just says
Right,
13.
but we've had this conversation before, and that's why we've gone through this before. Are we just covering the seating area? Are we covering both? Both.
Obviously, no, I'd like to go see our notes because I know we didn't just say the seating area.
I think we
That
did
was
at
the
one
last
point
agreed upon.
because it was so difficult to get this pushed through at all that we said we'll settle with just the seating area.
It's
Because the
useless.
dogs don't run through that area anyways.
But,
That is
Or no one
correct.
sits
That's
over
what
the
we-
other.
but that's not enough.
No.
Can you send that proposal to Danny again so that we can distribute it to the group?
Brian, did you? Okay,
I was under the impression that we were not replacing the big rocks surrounding the border of the park, because who cares?
We don't need more hang that.
Yeah.
Well,
Everything in the center.
well, it's just I thought it was,
I don't believe it was the
Everything.
other island,
No, it's just the main island.
Just the seating.
That's what we're trying to do.
Not the second
And both
island.
parks?
but we need to see, no, the small dog park already has it.
Well, if we're already
Yeah.
getting quotes, so wouldn't it make sense to get a?
Brian, can you send it to my Gmail, please?
Well.
Yeah, give me a second.
Does anyone
Thank
really
you,
want to
sir.
come back to this rock discussion?
Well, it doesn't need to be replaced on the outer.
No, not the outer, I mean the inner.
The other island?
Yeah, well, it's like we're already getting quotes, it's not gonna.
I don't
be-
think the other island needs to be replaced because
No,
nobody sits
I
there.
agree, but we do need to have it from the door in where the dogs walk.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
This
But
is-
or grass.
but we need to see the proposal because 13 square yards is not enough. So that must be wrong. And it's certainly, there's no way you're getting 117 square feet for almost $7,000. There's no way.
If they are, man, they're diamonds.
Yeah, is it Seminole chips or is this
I'm gonna go take a pocket full of this time.
diamonds?
Look the other way.
All right, so, but that's all we need from Brian, right? Is we just need that proposal sent over.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Can we talk about this over email?
and we can,
Yeah, let's do
yeah,
that over
we'll
email.
figure it out.
But this should still get to the board meeting.
100%.
What, even if they have to do a new thing.
Well, we should know.
Brian.
You should know by today.
Community, you
Yeah.
should be able to go out there in a heartbeat and say, this is what it's gonna cost.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I can go out with a long
Yeah.
measuring tape and measure the area of the.
An area.
How about Robert? He's a contractor. Maybe he'll go out with you.
It's just an area formula. It's not that hard. It's 3 measurements. All right, but that may not be correct. Like you said, it just says
Check your
13.
email, Danny.
okay,
Okay. All right, so but we can do that through email.
Next topic?
Next topic, we'll go back to the approval of the meeting minutes since we have you here. Now that we have a quorum, we did make a correction on the meeting minutes to 2 names that were on there. It just said that Paul motioned to adopt the agenda. And I guess we should do that first. I make a motion to adopt the agenda for the day.
Second.
All in favor? Perfect. And then meeting minutes, it mentioned that Paul made a motion to adopt the agenda last time, but he was not here in the beginning. And it said that I seconded it and I was not here at all. So we're just changing those 2 things. That's all I saw. So make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to improve the meeting minutes.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
All in favor?
Okay. And then
Echo.
I love it.
the echo in here, yeah.
I love it.
All right, so dog park, so we talked about the misters. That's good there. We're gonna look that stuff up.
so guys, here's the proposal right now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
That's what he just sent me.
It doesn't actually say 13 what?
Yeah, it just says 13.
But it also says per ton, so is it 13 tons?
Yes.
So how much does 13 tons cover?
We don't know because they're 3/8 inch, but they're not done, you know, we don't know how much.
Right, it's not like you're gonna line them up.
No, yeah.
But that's what it is.
Oh, right there. Well, oh, that's
I
solid.
don't see anything when they were about taking the old stuff up.
Almost 3/8
Were we supposed to take the old rocks out?
Yeah, that's sort of defeats the purpose.
Brian,
No, I don't think we're removing the old rocks.
That changes this cost a lot. I would leave the old rocks type. So
We
that's
decided
what
just
goes into the dirt. and
put
then
'em
put new
over
rocks
top.
over it.
Yeah.
Because if you pull those out and then you have soft dirt and then you put new rocks, they're all just gonna
That's
go
fine.
under the.
Well, if you guys think it'll work,
It'll work if there's enough of them. Because they're
13 tons is different than 13 square yards.
totally,
So,
that sounds like enough to me.
yes.
hey
I
Brian,
want to know how big.
Because they're
13
not,
tons
they're
is like.
3/8 inch, so they're not very big. So 13
No.
tons is a
Like
lot
13 elephants.
at the,
more.
Sorry
no, I
about
mean,
that.
how
I'm back.
thick is he gonna put it?
you're good, Brian. Hey, are they replacing the old rocks? Like when they put the new rocks in, are they going to replace the old and put the new? Or are they gonna leave the old and put the new on top of it? Do you know?
What was that again? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Well, wait, we can answer that based on this. There's no labor here to remove rocks.
Okay.
So they're not
All right.
doing it.
Okay.
Are they installing?
They are installed.
Because I don't see any labor on there for installing.
You're right.
I just see including delivery, but I don't see anything that says, hey, we're gonna put it in.
I'm just gonna move it down, just make sure.
So Brian, we need to ask about
Okay.
that. Are they installing this and the sod, or are they just delivering a pallet of sod and 13 tons of rocks?
Get out there with your shovels,
Because I have a
guys.
shovel, but it's gonna take a while.
Can you ask, Brian, can you ask Brian Kazi to update that and just include installation? He has delivery included, but not installation.
Okay, not a
Just
problem.
for the seating area.
Mhm.
It's just for the seating
It
area.
says installed per
I don't know, I
ton.
don't know if that means.
It's
Oh, install. Oh, it
Install
does.
for-
Never mind, Brian. It does
So
say
that's
install.
gonna cut, that should cover.
Yeah, it says installed per ton, including delivery.
So great. That's everything.
Okay.
Never mind, Brian.
We're good, thank you.
Okay, not a problem.
No, I think he wanted to know if they were removing the rock.
Yeah, hey, Brian,
They're not.
Yes, sir.
You know, we had decided earlier.
I just want to ask you one more time. Are they going to replace the old rocks before they put the new in? Or are they going to put the new rocks on top of the old rocks?
Give me a second. This is gonna be. Okay,
We want them to do this
What-
rather than say, hey, which
let
one?
me
do
give
we do?
you, a couple of facts from some of the things that have been asked. Okay, so 1 yard covers approximately a 10 by 10 section at 3 inches deep. And this obviously a smaller rock. It's gonna be roughly.
It's 10 by 10.
Yeah, and so this is gonna roughly cover about 75 to 100 feet per unit. So I don't think they were planning on removing the old rocks. They plan on pouring this on top.
I think that's fine. I believe that's what we recommended to the board. Because it
Yep.
was just gonna be so much money to take away the old rocks.
Now that number seems like a good deal.
Right.
For 13 tons of rocks, let's install.
So what would you like to do? You want to make a recommendation?
I'm fine with this. I think this is just this is exactly what we were asking for. I think that we just had so many conversations about it for so long that we're not remembering what we recommended the board, but I'm pretty sure our recommendation was to just cover over the old ones. Because we're gonna remove another 13 tons of rocks? That just seems silly. Plus, if they're gonna be.
the cost is
Yeah.
a lot higher.
Yeah, of course. I think this is perfect. Thank you.
Not a problem.
That document on the agenda.
Yeah, so you need a motion to accept that and to present it to the board.
Me personally, I would like for us to vote, so at least it's on record that we all agree on this, so that the next committee comes in.
So
will
you
be
need a
like,
motion.
I would do a motion. So
Okay, I make a motion that we accept that estimate as written
Second.
to be presented to the board.
Yeah, that would be the other part of it. Yeah. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Alright,
Okay. I think that's it from Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Not a problem. Thank you, guys.
Right, so number 3 on the list there, dog park articles discussion. Oh, this is another one.
we can table that for the next,
who needs to?
Oh, okay,
I don't believe,
I just didn't know I was.
I mean, chief,
so I put that there just in case, and I know Sue usually writes articles, and I know that's one thing we haven't discussed the last 2 meetings.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put that on there so the next committee, whoever's on the next committee will be able to do their articles,
Like we used to.
anytime, yes. So, all right, we can table that.
Yeah, I mean, as far as
Yeah.
I'm aware, since I've been in place, I've only gotten maybe like 1 or 2 articles emailed from Sue to me. And then I would forward those on.
Yes.
But it hasn't been every month, so I don't know. And I've asked her before if she wanted to keep doing them. At that time, she had said yes. Maybe that's changed. But
We're also adding a communications committee this year, so
Okay.
the interaction with that
So
may
maybe
be.
we'll actually get in the history from before. We used to have articles, Sue would write articles, I would forward them on, and they would end up in a black hole. So they may or may not get posted into the Celebration magazine. If they had space, we would never know. So Sue would be like, where'd my article go? And I'd be like, I don't know, I submitted it. So that's the history on why there's been sporadic article participation. The other thing is that y'all have a page on the website where these things can be posted as well. But the challenge was always getting them posted, because none of us had access to post them. So we'd write an article, we'd do a thing, and there was no way to get it there, because.
That's one. Communication committees coming into play.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully there will be some integration between the two committees that will allow that to happen. Because it wasn't just like articles about the dog park, it was socializing your dog, it was how to train your dog, it was like things that were
The one
useful
article I
to,
read was really good.
right, right. And so there was good articles and good information, but we just didn't have a good way to get it out to everybody.
But, and that's true for every committee. That's why we have
Yeah.
to make a new committee to.
To talk about. No, it's a great idea. I'm all in favor. Not that I have a.
Okay, so I'm gonna table that. So can you make a vote to table that, please?
Make a motion to table the dog park articles discussion until next meeting.
Second.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay.
How good that was. If only you were all on the board next year.
So I have Melania here because part of the dog park update, I wanted to talk about, Taylor, you weren't here for the last meeting, but we
Yeah.
discussed, our, dog park, future events. So I know, Melania was, had that, what do we call the, what do we do, what do we call that?
The training class.
There was a title for it. Anyway, I would like to bring it back,
You wanna do the
so,
workshops, I
yes,
guess?
Yes.
it's a workshop, thank you. So what was, I brought her in so she can discuss what she saw in that workshop, what, was it the best time to do it? Was it the right month? That's why I want to make sure we discuss, like, were we happy with that workshop? And that's why I wanted to make sure if you guys want to continue doing it, is there another month that you guys think that would be a better month to do it? A better time?
Melanie, what's a good month for you?
I think the cooler months are better.
I will be out of town in May, and from the end of May to middle of June, so that I can do it.
So July?
Yeah, July can be hot.
Yeah.
And a lot of people can be out of town. We lose all the snowboard, so I will say probably more around September, because August people that get busy, school restart, so August normally is not a good month.
I agree.
September good?
September, I think it would be ideal. I think I remember we did on Friday afternoon, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Did
may
it,
want
the
to.
big dog park, we did it at like the prime time, which was like the 5 o'clock hour
Yes,
when everyone was there.
yes. So
Maybe-
the thing is that probably if I come again on Friday at 5, I will be having the same people there. They
Yeah.
were there
Yeah.
already. So maybe switch time, maybe this time do a morning one for people that go in the morning.
We didn't publicize that as well as we should have, number one, and I'm thinking maybe we could have an event. Like, the food trucks or something out there at the same time, bring people in.
Whatever
Something we
you
could
think.
work on. Would you have a problem with that?
Well, the only fear that I have, if I come again on Friday at 5, I will have the same people, then,
Because that'll give us actually 2 checks on our list.
Are there any community events between now and then? Obviously there are, but what I mean is like something like Pups and Pints, but more not for dogs.
Yeah, well, the last meeting, like, the spooky soiree,
Okay.
I brought up the last meeting, so that's in October. I can't.
Yeah, the
You remember the,
October.
you remember the
Yeah.
date that I give you guys?
yeah.
I think it might be,
Right.
Oh, you might
Obviously
have-
October.
so October,
Yeah.
spooky soiree.
Is there anything
something like
during the summer that we could just post up at as a committee and advertise
that. I
that
can
for
look at
September?
what the update.
Throughout, there's stuff like every day.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I know there's a lot going on all the time, but anything you think of that is one that's really popular that we could come and maybe hand out like, hey, this is happening in
You
September.
can do that
Yes.
any food truck Friday you
Yeah.
want.
We also
Yeah, we
talked
can do
about
that too, yeah.
a stand at the last meeting, there was discussion about doing a stand at the farmer's market.
Okay.
A dog park committee stand at.
Okay,
the
there's
farmer's
one,
market.
there's the spooky soiree on October 25th.
Right.
But on,
We're talking about like between now and like. August.
Yeah,
but.
which
in
that's fine. We can do it
September
at that one and then do another one in
14th.
December if you want to do 2 in a
September
year.
14th is the Home Improvement Expo. that they
Okay.
had in Town Hall here
That's a
this year, and they're
Saturday.
having it at Lakeside this year. So
That's September 14th.
September 14th, that's when all the vendors from, and Experience Kissimmee is, sponsoring it. So I think it's part of CCS, I'm not sure, but
Where would that be? Where's
it's gonna be at
that?
Lakeside.
Lakeside?
It's gonna be all like vendors, contractors,
Yeah.
landscapers, I don't know. if that's-
So if we did it at the end of September and we can obviously do like the farmer's market too through the year. And then also, because that would be presumably a big turnout, we could advertise, have just like a little, like that you had printed up last time.
Yeah.
You know, and we can just do something, say, hey, this is coming up. If you're part of the dog.
You can also put it in every single Friday flash,
Do that.
especially if you make like a little graphic in Canva.
For, I don't know if it's too strict, but for the new people that send their dog for the dog park, you can ask them to come as a requirement so they can understand the rules. Because for people that are from years, they know already. But for the new people, you can, activate the pass contingent to the fact that they can come and,
I think that would require a rule change.
Yeah.
But
so-
you could heavily recommend it.
Is there a bulletin board in Island Village, like at their community center area that you could post it on as well? Because that's where all the new people
All
are.
the pavilions have something like that. And it can be on the
It
screens,
can
on
be
the
on the
screens that are.
CCTV, yeah.
But in line with what she's saying, for people that do sign up between now and September.
Yeah.
We could hand them something
We can hand them something.
and say, hey, we heavily
To require
recommend
them
this.
to go is a whole other.
No, yeah, I'm not saying require them,
Yeah.
but say, hey, this is coming up in September. We recommend all new
Yeah.
people come to this, shows you what is expected at
And
the dog park,
maybe-
keeps your dog
I
safe.
don't know if you want to do something like that for the people that they sign the new cameras, you can, if you come in, you will have a reward, a little something.
Yeah.
So you incentivize. I welcome to the dog park. It can be a bandana with celebration logo. I don't know, just to incentivize.
We can spend some dog park money on.
Yes, exactly. what
Yeah,
I
and
was gonna say. I said, why can't we just use some more money to get the bandanas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a bandana, I don't know, whatever you want to do, just you give them the badge and say, hey, here.
Yeah.
This is little things that if you come to this event and you present this, you have a
Yeah.
reward. Don't even need to say what it is, the reward. So then maybe, oh my God, maybe I.
You
can-
could have goodie bags that, Wolfgang would probably, if they were encouraged, offer. They've tried to participate a bunch of times with things at the dog park and they've never been successful. So they would probably donate some little good treat bags or something.
Yeah, but you may want to do something special for the new.
Yeah, I'm saying, you get a bandana and
Yeah.
a treat.
Are you good with this for now?
We're good, yeah, so what's the date we're thinking of? It's sometimes at the end of September, that's what we're looking at?
September 30th is the last Saturday in
Maybe, or
September 28th, sorry.
also after Thanksgiving, when there's no more coming, it may be a good time.
Yeah, well, we can do, I think they want to do two, so if you're up for two.
How to get to Labor Day.
Okay, so so I can add this to the next agenda about, or do you guys,
It should be the new committee.
that's what I'm
Planning
thinking.
events.
So the next agenda for the new committee.
And just relay the recommendations for, spending a little money, getting the bandanas, things like that.
Well, motion, are you all to the new
They
committee?
need to do it, yeah. He'll bring it up.
We'll bring it up.
Yeah, it'll be on the discussion items.
Lights.
Lights, yes, so.
Just
Sam
a quick
Rand.
question,
Yes.
so we stay still on Friday at 5, we go for that, or you want to do a different day, different
They're
time?
gonna decide the next,
So-
different people, so they're gonna decide.
So Melania, once I get the new committee, then I'll invite you again and then we'll discuss that. I just wanted, because we,
Park committee?
yes, ma'am. Whoever's gonna be, it may be the same, it may be a new, but I just want to bring you in now because we were there for a workshop. And I want to get your input because we never got to have that, talk since the last workshop we did. So I just want to make sure you came and then told us whatever was best time for
Yeah,
you.
that's fine. You just,
So,
as soon as you figure out the date and the time, just let me know.
I'll have you come and then we'll all come together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because I gotta go by your schedule and see what works for you before.
Yeah, if you can't go, we can't have it.
When I. Unless Paul wants to train the dogs. Unless Paul, you want to do? I'm gonna train the dogs. So, yeah.
I wants
Let's
to
do
train the humans.
So anything else?
That's it, Melania. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
It was a pleasure, as always.
I'll see you downtown.
Yeah. I saw you yesterday, you guys disappeared. You were magic.
Yeah, I always take Apollo through there and do a little off-leash training with it in that field, so.
That's fine.
Yeah, that was a pretty German Shepherd you were working on. Beautiful.
She won a lot of prizes. She was.
Oh, yeah.
There, she had Rio for. Lizard, yeah.
Yeah.
Bye, have a wonderful day.
Ciao.
Okay, so, to the lights, Taylor, you weren't here for this, but, Jared asked, if I could take a light meter reader
Yeah, light
and
meter
take it over
reader, yeah.
to, the lights and
Okay.
test the lights.
And
So I
you
did that, yeah, so I went about 8:30, stayed there till 9:30-ish. I test each of the lights and I was getting the reading, 1, 2, and a 3. So when I walked in to the park, I saw that the lights were a lot brighter than it was when we started doing this discussion. Now, I don't know, have you guys been in the dog park at night?
Not me shutting down.
Okay,
I was there Monday.
Okay.
I think there is no problem with the lights.
So I had read in the meeting minutes that there was a lighting app
yes,
and that management was able to adjust the settings
And
to
you did
turn
that.
them up.
yes, and I did that. So once we had that discussion,
So that's
like
why they're
2 minutes ago,
They were just on
There's
flow.
well, that's, it could have been, because so it was never brought, so I never knew there was an issue with the lights until you guys brought it up, and then we went through
Yeah,
the
yeah.
test mode and all that, so I got the app. The app showed that the lights were on like normal, but it was the settings that was kind of off.
Okay.
So I went to each light, and I got the app.
Yeah.
And to give you guys a heads up, when I need to do something with the lights, I have to be there. You can't do it from here. I have to be at the light. So if you're gonna see me walking around this thing,
Yeah.
so.
This is it now.
That
Yeah.
was great.
So,
Oh my God, that's,
so here's the thing. So that's what, I
that's-
want to show you this. And that's why I had
This is
to.
across the whole.
So look, so
Yeah,
that's, yeah. So granted, you,
I didn't see that before, so I can't compare, but you can see.
I
everything.
have it.
I
Yeah.
can see a change.
Okay.
okay, good. Because that's what I needed to hear because I never seen it when it first got installed because I didn't hear it was a
They
problem.
just weren't set
But
up right. No one had the app.
I don't think they were set up at all. I think they were just installed.
I think it was installed and it was just by normal default.
Yeah.
There's an app, you just have to adjust it.
So can someone who's been there before, well, Danny said it, but
All
can
that.
one of you just go look? Can you just go look at
Does
something?
the app require any sort of authentication or
I
login
can
or?
go, if I
Can
can
somebody
go, I can
download
go.
one?
Somebody
and
needs
go
to
through
log
your
in.
phone?
Oh, it has to be, yeah, it's only
Because
one.
each picture has an address.
Yeah.
Which
And then
lights
make
on,
it
about
sure
8:30?
it's not like
8:30
a-
to 9:30, I say.
Wow, that's very.
But,
That's the light?
so that's the light.
Right.
So,
It wasn't like.
and if you see, yeah, and you see
Working.
Yeah.
this, it's very bright on that tree. So,
Let me tell you something, that is 1,000 times better.
okay. Oh,
That is not what
okay,
it looked like
All
before.
right, problem solved.
Good.
That is what we expected.
good. Well, that's how it should have been. So, thank you. So if any other issues come up that you see, please let me know immediately so we can stop that because. So that's good. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. So I took pictures of this. I didn't take it on the small dog side, but it's the exact
If
same
it
way.
looks the same, it would.
It did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so according to Jared, it looks good. According to me, it looks good. According to the committee, it looks good. So I think
If it
we,
degrades, then it would probably be the cleaning thing again, probably try that.
Yeah,
but that looked really good.
yeah. And then I've been talking with maintenance and
Yeah.
Brian and I, we've been working on trying to get the lights clean and make sure that if the trees are over it, cut it. But,
Looks good.
yeah.
Trees are not a big issue.
They're not, but I'm doing whatever
Yeah,
it
no.
takes. Like if I see a little branch, cut it off. I don't want any issues with this light. But, okay, good. I'm glad that we all agree on that.
Very
That's
good.
why I wanted to make sure this was on you. All right, so So we are good with.
So do you have like the app and all that and the settings documented so that like, should something
ma'am.
happen in the future, somebody can be like, oh yeah, this is what it's supposed to be, now that there's a baseline?
Yeah, and yes, yeah, I'm the one who did it, so I have it. It's my app.
You have it.
I
And
have
if you get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Oh, they can get on my phone. Don't worry, they can get on my phone. Don't worry. You just have
I'm
to
just
go,
saying, like.
you have to go to the dog park for it to work. So if they try and do it here, it ain't working.
That's
Yeah.
cool, but somebody needs to know, like.
Brian has it, yes. Brian has a login too. So
Does he
anybody,
have the settings?
yeah, it's all connected. We all have the same app and he would have to go in and adjust himself. So, but I would know because I would look and go, that's not the setting. I just put this in. So yeah,
Right, you would know that, but say you win $1 million tomorrow and you're like.
then but yeah,
Better than getting run over by a bus.
exactly.
Well, you know, whatever happens.
So anyway, yes,
I mean-
yes, ma'am.
All of Celebration has that problem.
Network security and
And
former
not lights
engineer
and
here, I think about backstops. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the back.
So yes, ma'am, we're good. So don't worry, and I told Brian what setting I have it on to, so we should not have to touch it unless we have an issue. So,
Somebody
we're
can
good.
let you know.
Yes, ma'am. But, what else? Yeah, and they're automatically, in case there was a question about, the daylight savings time, it automatically switches. So we're good. We don't have to worry about that. So, yeah. Yeah, so we're good on the line.
Do you want me to vote on the next dog park meeting or do you need to set?
Well, no, I mean, okay, we'll do that then.
Unless you want to get something on the calendar. I always like that, but I mean, we have no idea if it's gonna work.
Well, I don't know.
Just me and you.
Exactly. Yeah, as you go this thing. So, yeah, we'll just wait for the new committee because who knows, we might have to change.
It's like a lame duck here. I mean, let's face it, we are.
Huh?
We are a lame duck committee.
The last meeting is always awkward for everything.
Just the last meeting.
Unless you're gonna be on the next
At
year.
least it's not the last
Well,
meeting ever.
Yeah,
Remember,
I mean,
So,
remember,
it's not the
It
last
was supposed to be the
meeting
last
ever.
meeting ever in the history of the.
but
community.
that's why I should have said, hello, dog park committee, we're still here. So,
Yeah, right.
that's what I should have said, but,
I'm gonna come here whether they have it or not.
They're gonna have it. Who said they're not having it?
No, I know that. That's
Oh,
it.
Maybe Swisher said they weren't having it. Let's be
Well,
honest here.
We're past that.
Yeah.
No, we're not. We haven't voted on it. We still
Oh.
haven't
yeah,
approved
we
the
just-
committee.
okay, well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that part. Okay, well, I'm out of that.
I'll be here ready to. I'll bring-
But
Listen,
we are today.
Well, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I second.
All right.
There we go.
You guys are like a well-oiled machine.
I know, right? It always like all year for them to
So
get.
you're gonna get your rock.
You should have.
Gotta get the rocks.
Well, I wasn't invited. All I know
That's
is
your son's fault.